Hi and welcome to the Libraries Connected YouTube channel. I'm Simon Savage, one of the project managers at Libraries Connected. You may also know me on various platforms, including YouTube, as Savage Reads. Today I am back, I've done one of these videos before, to tell you all about the next selection of books, all four of them, that have been chosen by the Duchess of Cornwall for her reading room, which is an initiative to get everybody reading all around the world, a whole eclectic mix of books. And this four is, like the previous four, a really interesting mixture of titles. So, without further ado, and without any waffling from me, it's time to tell you about the books. So the first book, which is currently being read right now and discussed, and every time a book is mentioned or a book is chosen for the Duchess of Cornwall's reading room, there's loads of wonderful extra video footage and questions and all sorts of things surrounding the book. So the first book that is being discussed is The Secret Commonwealth by Philip Pullman, which is the second in the volume of the Book of Dust series, which, from what I gather, goes both before and after His Dark Materials. Now I have to make a confession here. I have not read all three of His Dark Materials. I read Northern Lights and then I started The Subtle Knife, but I got a little bit confused by the dimensions. Now this might be because it was early in my kind of getting back into reading life in my mid-20s. So I feel like I need to head to this. Now I think this one takes place after the trilogy of His Dark Materials, which I did love the first series of, by the way, on the telly. We follow Lyra Silvertongue as she is studying at Oxford, but she's having a bit of a problem with her daemon Pan. Their kind of relationship is at a crisis point, but there's also an act of terrible violence that kind of breaks the peace of Oxford and kind of sends them to another world that they never knew of. So I'm really intrigued by this, but I feel like I need to read all of the other books before, including La Belle Sauvage, which I think was the volume 1 of the Book of Dust, which I think takes place before. But I feel like I need to have read all of those in order to get the most out of this. Am I wrong? Could this be read standalone? Please let me know in the comments down below. I do remember, actually, my gran, who's sadly no longer with us, she read the His Dark Materials trilogy when she was on holiday, and I think she ran out of reading material and they were the only books left, and she wasn't sure she wanted to try them or not, and then read them and absolutely loved them. So I know that these books appeal to readers of all ages, which I also really love about this being part of the selection. So yes, I shall hopefully head to this one soon, but I do feel like I need to read the other ones first. Second choice is a book that I have already read and it was incredible. It's quite a hard book to read. There are trigger warnings for various sorts of trauma within this book, but definitely worth it if you can. It's Edna OBriens Girl, and this is the story of a young woman who is captured by Boko Haram against her wishes and is basically a slave to them, and while she is with them she gets pregnant, and it's how she has to survive both as a young girl herself but then as a very young mother, and we follow her journey. And I won't give away anything else because this is the kind of book that doesn't need to be spoiled in any way, but it's an incredibly powerful read. It's a very difficult read, but one that I think is really important, so I would highly recommend, with caveats, as I mentioned, around trigger warnings. Now, next up is a book that I have tried before. I think it was a case of, well, this happens to all of us, doesn't it? Where you read a book and you know that it's the right book for you, but it's the wrong time to read it. And that's what happened with this one. So I'm very much looking forward to the opportunity of reading it again because of the Duchess's selection. And that is A Gentleman in Moscow by Amor, Towles. Now, this is set in the 1920s, I think 1922, and it follows the account of Count Alexander Rostov. Follows the account of a count. That's a tongue twister. Anyway, he has been arrested for being an unrepentant aristocrat and has been tried by the Bolsheviks, and his punishment is to be under house arrest at the Hotel Metropole. And this is a very famous hotel in Moscow. It's where the great all go, and it's a real mixture of characters that stay there. And normally he would be staying in a grand suite and having the best times. However, he is made to stay in the attic rooms away from everyone, although allowed into the communal areas. And it's about the characters he meets and what follows on from there. I don't want to give too much away, but what I loved about it when I tried it previously was the characters, and also I really love hotels. Like, I could quite happily live in a hotel all the time, honestly. I think it's the fact that you can be quite anonymous in a hotel, but at the same time, like, there's lots of hustle and bustle and lots of different characters, and what are all the secrets behind all the closed doors, and what secret rooms are on secret floors. And this book definitely has that about it. So yeah, really looking forward to getting to this one soon. And the last but certainly not least of the choices on the list, that's a tongue twister, the last but not least of the choices on the list, is The Red Notebook by Antoine Laurain. And this is about a bookseller, and he finds this woman's bag one day. He can't find the person who owned it. There's no phone in there. There's only a red notebook, which is just filled with sort of random insights into this person's life. But he soon discovers that he would really like to meet this person and find out even more about them. But can he in a city filled with 1 million more people? I think this is going to be a real treat. It's a short, sharp, and I think going to be quite a sweet book. So yeah, another one that I'm really, really looking forward to. So there we go. There are the 4 of the Duchess of Cornwall's choices for her reading room. Have you read any of them? Are you going to read any of them? I know I certainly am. I urge you to borrow these books from your library if you can, or there'll be links down below where you can find them via independent bookshops online. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below about these books. Let me know if I need to kind of get back into the Northern Lights and then the Book of Dust trilogies. I think they're going to be trilogies. I don't know. It's volume 2 of I don't know how many. Let me know all your thoughts on that, and I will speak to you all in another video very, very soon. Bye.